So we have now discussed addition formulas for trigonometric functions. The next part is about factor formulas. So what we do basically in factor formula is we convert product of trigonometric functions into summation or difference, means subtraction, or reverse. From sum or difference, we try to express the trigonometric functions in form of product. This is what we want to do. These are called factor formulas. So here we to get the factor formulas, we start with addition formulas. We have, if you recall, just recall the addition formula. Cosine of x plus y equals to cos x into cos y minus sin x into sin y. One is this. Then cos x minus y equals to cos x into cos y plus sin x into sin y. Then sin of x plus y equals to sin x into cos y plus cos x into sin y. And one more formula, sine of x minus y equals to sin x into cos y minus cos x into sin y. We know this 4 addition formula. Let me call this as 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are the 4 addition formulas. What we do now? Let's do 1 plus 2. So adding 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 gives us this. If I add these two, this will get cancelled and this will be double. So you are getting cos x plus y plus cos x minus y. We have added this 2 equals to this 2 will get cancelled and this is double, twice cos x into cos y. This is the first formula, factor formula. From plus, that is from summation, you could express in form of product. See, you could find here product from summation to product. Okay. Now let me write 1 minus 2. Here let me write 1 minus 2. Equation 1 minus equation 2. This gives us cos of x plus y minus cos of x minus y, this minus this, that is equals to, this will get cancelled and this will be double, but here it is minus, you are subtracting, so minus twice sin x into sin y. This is second factor formula. Cos x plus y plus cos x minus y is this. From plus to product, from subtraction to product, sum or difference to product. Next point is here adding 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 gives us this. We just add this 2, adding this 2. So we'll get the sin x plus y plus sin x minus y. If we add this 2 will get cancelled. Here this is double. So twice sin x cos y. This is the third factor formula. This 2 will get cancelled. And one more, that is 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 gives us this. Gives this minus this, that is sin x plus y minus sin x minus y equals to, if you subtract, this will get cancelled and this minus this, so this will be plus, so we'll get the twice cos x into sin y. These 4 formulas are called factor formulas. Remember, these are called factor formulas. From plus to product, from subtraction to product, from plus to product, from subtraction to product. Now I will do reverse. So in this way, from product to, I'll try to express as a sum or the difference. So what I'll do for that, Then I'll explain how to remember this formula. That I'll also tell you. I'll put some substitution. Put x plus y equals to, let's take c, some another variable, and x minus y equals to, let's take d. You see here everywhere you have x plus y, here everywhere you have x minus y. Now you just solve this. So we'll get the x equals to c plus d by 2, just solving this 2. And y will be, you will get the c minus d by 2. This was the substitution. Then get x using this 2. So x will be c plus d by 2. Just to add, y will get cancelled. So 2x equals to c plus d. So x is c plus d by 2. And similarly y is c minus d by 2. Now I'll put these values of x and y in these 4 equations. So I'll get this. I'm using these 4 equations and I'm placing this in form of c and d. So I will get this. So one is here sine c plus sine d equals to twice sine c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. From where I have placed in this equation, look at this here, this equation. I have placed in this equation. Which one? This one. You just have a look on this. In place of x plus y, I have placed c. In place of x minus y, I have placed d. In place of x, c plus d by 2. In place of y, c minus d by 2. So this is 1. Same way, now I'll put here in the next equation, this one. So here you have sine c, x plus y is c. Right? Then here x minus y d, so minus sine d equals to twice, what is x? That is c plus d by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. This is another important formula. Okay, now I'll come to this next one. I'll put c and d here. So I'll get the cos c plus cos d equals to here twice cosine c plus d by 2 into cosine c minus d by 2. And finally last one, this one, I'll put cd here in this formula. So cosine c minus cos d equals to minus twice sine c plus d by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. So these are again factor formulas but in different notation. Remember, from you see plus or minus, its product. And if you have product, you can express in form of plus or minus. Both way it can be expressed, remember. How do we remember this? So you can just remember in this way, like this. S plus S, like this. S plus S equals to 2SC. S stands for sine, S stands for sine, S stands for sine, C stands for cos. Come to second. S minus S, 2CS. Come to third, C plus C equals to 2CC. Come to last, what about the last? C minus C, this is called the minus 2SS. S stands for sine function and C stands for the cos function. Right? This is the format. You just need to remember that proofs are not important. I have just explained to you. What you need to remember? S plus S 2SC, S minus S 2CS, C plus C 2CC, C minus 2SS. I repeat. S plus S 2SC, S minus S 2CS, C plus C 2CC, C minus 2SS. Everywhere you see here, everywhere the first angle is this plus this by 2. Second angle is this minus this by 2. For example, let me take one simple example. These are called factor formula. Suppose I have, let me take simple example so you'll realize how to do this. So I'm just taking one example. Let's see this. For example, I'm doing this. So you'll realize how to do. For example, let's see this. Prove that cosine 7x plus cosine 5x upon sine 7x minus sine 5x equals to cot x. This is what you want to prove. Right. Now in Trigo, when you see cos, then immediately this picture should be there in your mind. Okay, so in the solution, I'll start with LHS. So cos 7x plus cosine 5x upon sine 7x minus sine 5x. So what I'll do, I'll use here c plus c. What is c plus c? Recall c plus c. C plus c 2cc. So I'm using this, remember. C plus c 2cc, I'm using this. First angle is always this plus this by 2. Second angle is always this minus this by 2. So I'm using c plus c 2cc. Twice cosine this plus this. 7x plus 5x by 2 into cosine 7x minus 5x by 2. This plus this by 2, this minus this by 2. Which formula I've used? C plus C 2cc. And no need to remember the angle. Angle is always fixed. In the first function, this plus this by 2. With the second function, this minus this by 2. Now denominator. S minus S. Which formula? This one, second one. What is S minus S? 2cs. So twice cosine, first angle is always fixed. 7x plus 5x by 2 into S minus S 2cs. Sine 7x minus 5x by 2. Okay, I hope you are clear. I just tell you what I did. What I did here, c plus c, that is 2cc I have used. And denominator, s minus s. What is s minus s? 2cs. Fine. Now, you know, this 2 will get cancelled. This will get cancelled. So you are left with this one only. What is this? 7 minus 5. 2x by 2, it is just cos x. 7 minus 5, 2x by 2, so it is just sin x. What is cos by sine? That is cot x, which is your RHS. Right? So this way we use the factor formula. This should be very clear to you. These are very important formulas, so that's why I'm spending so much time, remember. Okay, one more example I would like to take here just to clarify 4-factor formula. Prove that this equals to this. Now immediately here you see c minus c. So this should be there in your mind. Let's recall those 4-factor formula. Which 4-factor formula? S plus s 2sc. What is s minus s? 2cs. What is c plus c? 2cc. What is c minus c? Minus 2ss. Right? These are the 4-factor formula. When you write from plus or minus to product, s plus s 2sc, s minus s 2cs, c plus c 2cc, c minus 2ss. That way you mind the formulas, remember. So LHS is c minus c. What is c minus c? Minus 2ss. So I'll go to here left hand side, LHS. What is LHS? Let me write here left hand side. It is equals to cosine of 3 pi by 4 plus x minus cosine of 3 pi by 4 minus x. Now one question might be there in your mind. Can't we use the addition formula? Of course you can use it. There is nothing wrong. You can use cos x plus y, cos x minus y, and you can simplify. I'll get this, right? But I want to just use this vector formula, c minus c. First angle is always this plus this by 2, you know here. This plus this by 2. This minus this by 2. That's the first angle. Okay. So let's start. What is c minus c? Minus 2ss. So minus 2 sine this angle plus this angle by 2. Remember. So when I do this plus this, xx will get cancelled. This is 2 into 3 pi by 4. I have dropped one step, remember. What I did, this plus this by 2. So x and minus x will go away. 3 pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4. That is 2 times 3 pi by 4. Into c minus c minus 2ss. So again sine. Now, what is next? That is this angle minus this by 2. Okay. When you write into 2, you have by 2. That way you can remember. When you do this minus this, then 3 pi by 4 will goes away. This minus this, so this will be double. So you have 2x. So this is equals to minus 2 sine 3 pi by 4, 2 will get cancelled, into sine x. This 2 will get cancelled internally. Now here the next one is value of sine 3 pi by 4. This you can do. Now you have studied about this angle. Find the multiple of 4 which is very close to 3, that is 4 itself. So I can write pi minus pi by 4. Right? This you did, you know it, the simplification. You simplify, I'll get exactly this. So minus 2 into pi minus pi by 4, which quadrant? Here you know pi. Minus, that means second quadrant. In the second quadrant you know sine positive and pi is there, so sine remains same. So sine pi by 4 into sine x. Now what is sine pi by 4? 1 by root 2. So 2 into 1 by root 2 into sine x. So 1 root 2 will get cancelled, minus root 2 sine x. This is your right hand side. Factor formula. I have explained the use of factor formula. Okay, I'll do one more for you. Let's take one more example here. Third example. Let's consider, for example, prove that. This is a question. Prove that, let me write this, sine x minus sine y upon cos x plus cos y. So by writing the question, you must have realized s minus s, c plus c equals to tan x minus y. Right? This is what you want to do here. So I'll start with LHS here in the solution. I'll start with LHS. There is nothing, just two line solution. What is left hand side here? This expression. Okay, what is this? Tell me. This is s minus s. What is s minus s? Look at here. What is s minus s? 2cs. 2cs. So twice cosine this plus this by 2. X plus y by 2. Into sine now x minus y by 2. S minus s is 2cs, twice cosine this plus this by 2 into this minus this by 2. Now c plus c. Which formula? What is c plus c? Look at here, 2cc. So twice cosine, this angle is always fixed, this plus this by 2, that is x plus y by 2, into cosine this minus this by 2, x minus y by 2. 2 will get cancelled, cos will get cancelled. What is this? This you know, sine upon cos, that is tan x, you know it. It is tan x minus y by 2. This is your right hand side. So this way we can use the factor formula. Now next, again, I'll try some more questions. Here, fourth one, prove that cos 5 pi by 12 minus cos pi by 12 equals to this. Okay, so in the solution here, we go for solution to fourth question. Right. So what is left hand side here? What is LHS? LHS is cosine 5 pi by 12 minus cosine pi by 12. Now this is nothing but what? C minus C. What is C minus C? You know that it is minus 2SS. This we know. What is C minus C? Minus 2SS. So this is equals to minus 2 sine this angle plus this angle by 2. 5 pi by 12 plus pi by 12. Which formula? I'll just again remind you this formula. C minus C, this one. I'm sorry, this formula. Which formula? This one. C minus C, minus 2, this angle plus this angle by 2. This angle minus this angle by 2, that is here. I'm using this, remember. Into here sine 5 pi by 12 minus pi by 12 by 2. Okay, so this is minus 2 sine. Now what about this? 5 pi plus pi, 6 pi. This is nothing but the pi by 2, but by 2 is there, so it becomes by 4. Check please. What about this? 5 pi minus pi, 4 pi. 4 pi by 12, so this becomes 24. So it would be 4 pi by 24. 12 into 2, so 24. So this become pi by 6. This become pi by 6. Now both are standard values. So you know sine pi by 4, 1 by root 2. You know sine pi by 6, 1 by 2. So this will goes away. This is just minus 1 upon root 2. You just look at that is your RHS. Okay. Next question. Question number 5. Their left hand side is fifth question. Let's see that here. In this question, we want to prove this. This is question number 5. So their LHS, in the fifth question, left hand side is sine 65 degree plus cosine 65 degree. Now in factor formula, if you have noticed, this should be same function. Remember, sine cos mixed will not do. Recall the factor formula again. What are the factor formula? You just see s plus s, so both should be sine. S minus s, both should be sine. C plus C, both should be cos. C minus C, both should be cos. Right? So either you must have here, either you must have sine function or cos function if you want to use vector formula. So suppose I'll reduce both of these into, let's say, cos function. So I need to reduce sine into cos. You can reduce cos into sine also, doesn't make any difference. So how do I do this? This you know, this is sine 90 minus, how much I need to write so it becomes 65. So you know here it is 25. What is 90 minus 25? 65. That we know. Plus cos 65 as it is. Why I did this? Because I want to reduce sine into cos. Now see, 90 minus something. In fact, this you know even from 10th standard also. Sine 90 minus theta or x, it is cos x. So this is cos 25 degree plus cos 65 degree. Fine. So now the entire question is in which form? C plus C. What is C plus C? 2cc. Twice this plus this by 2. This plus this by 2. So what will get here? 65 plus this. So it will be 90 by 2. Into C plus C, 2cc. Cosine this minus this. So how much you will get? The minus 40 degree by 2. This minus this, you know, you will get minus 40 degree. Now this is twice cosine 45 degree into, what is this? Cos is an even function. So this is cos 20 degree. That minus sign doesn't play any role. You know, cos of minus x equals to cos x, even function, if you remember. Right? Now this one, we know this is 1 by root 2. So 1 root 2 will get cancelled. So this is root 2 into cos 20 degree. What's the value of this? 1 by root 2. So 1 root 2 will get cancelled with this. So finally you will get this, which is RHS. Okay. Now next question, question number 6 here. Sixth question. What is LHS? You have here, what is left hand side? Cosine 55 degree plus cosine 65 degree plus cosine 175 degree. Now we use 1, we keep as it is. We use here C plus C. You can use C plus C for this two also. You can use C plus C for this two also. I'm using for this two. What is C plus C? What is C plus C? You know, 2CC. This we know. Okay, so I'm using that. Fine. So I've started with LHS. C plus C, 2CC. Twice cosine this plus this by 2. 55 plus 65. That is nothing but 120 by 2. Into cosine this minus 10 by 2 plus the last term as it is, cosine 175. I repeat, C plus C. What is C plus C? 2CC. 2 cosine this plus this by 2, this minus this by 2. Okay. Now this is cosine 60 degree, 120 by 2. As I explained here, cos is an even function. So in your minus sign doesn't play any role. So cos 5 degree plus cosine 175 degree. What is cos 60 degree? You know, 1 by 2. So that 2 and 1 by 2 will get cancelled. Cos 5 degree as it is plus cos 175 degree. Now here you see 175 degree you can reduce in 5 degree very easily. That's what we have studied in addition formula. So how do I rewrite? 180 minus 5. Right? This you will learn by practice. I've noticed here 5 degree. 175 degree you can write 180 degree minus 5 degree. Now how do we do this? That we did. 180 means here pi. Pi equals to 180 degree, you know. Minus something. So clockwise. So this will be in which quadrant? Second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos positive, negative, negative. So here you will get the minus cosine 5 degree. This is your answer. Cos 5 degree as it is. So this will get cancelled. So finally you will get 0, which is RHS. One more question is left, 7th one. Here the 7th is left out still. So try this one. What you will do? You just use S plus S for this two. Start with LHS. Use S plus S. What is S plus S? You know, S plus S is 2SC. Use this. So after simplification, you will get the minus sine theta. So plus sign and minus sign you will get cancelled. So you will get the 0. Right? So 7th question, I leave it for you. 7th, I leave it for you. Try yourselves. Now next we want to use the same formula but from product to sum or the difference. You look at all earlier examples, what you did basically you converted from summation to product, you see. From summation to product. Right? You look at this here, what you did from difference to product. Now we want to do reverse. From product to plus or minus. That is, see, so far we have used the formula this way. From summation or difference to product you did with the 7 examples. Now we want to do reverse. We have this and we write either plus or minus. So now this way we want to do the same factor formula. So you will be having product. We get either plus or minus. So that's what the thing now. Product to sum out the difference. Now what is the difference in the formula? From the product, when you write plus or minus, you will be having just angles. Remember here, if you go to the first page, let's look at this. From product, if I write plus or minus, then here also plus or minus, not by 2. Look at here. From summation or difference, if you write product, you have by 2. When you do reverse, you won't be having by 2 here, remember. Just plus and minus. Here plus minus by 2. So how do you remember the easiest way? When you write into 2, then you should write by 2. Here from this to this you are not writing into 2. So you won't be having by 2. Just add the angle, subtract the angle. Let me take one simple example here. My first question is here. First example, let's see this. Question is express as a sum or difference. Sum or difference. This is the question. Express as a sum or difference. First one, suppose I've started with this. Twice sine 7x into cos 3x. You have product. Now this is which formula? 2SC. You recall what is S plus S? 2SC. Same factor formula is same, just way of writing different. This is 2SC. You want to write this. So sine, first is sine function. 7x plus 3x. You won't be having by 2, remember. This will not come here. Plus here sine this minus this, 7x minus 3x. So what we'll get here? Sine 10x plus sine 4x. This is your answer. So from product you have plus. Fine. Let's take one more. Suppose I have, let me write twice cosine, let's try it 11x into cosine 3x. Now this is what? 2cc. So recall which formula? You know c plus c is 2cc. This one you know. C plus c is 2cc. You are given 2cc. You want to write c plus c. So here this is equals to 2 will not come. Directly c plus c. Cosine 2 required. You required here 2. Twice required here. 11x plus 3x plus cosine 11x minus 3x. So this is equals to what we'll get here? Cosine 14x plus cosine 11 minus 3, which is 8. Don't get confused why not by 2. When you do reverse way, when you express as a plus or minus, you won't be having by 2 inside the angle. Let me write one more. Suppose I have, let's try this formula. Twice cosine, let's write 5x into sine 3x. Now what is this? This is 2cs. You know s minus s is 2cs. This one we know. So I'll use this. What is s minus s? 2cs. You are given 2cs, so I'll write this as the answer. So sine this plus this, you won't be having by 2, remember. Minus sine this minus this, that is 5x minus 3x. So I'll get the sine 8x minus sine 5 minus 3, which is 2x. So this is your answer, s minus s. So this way we have vector formula in the reverse way. When you write either plus or minus inside the angle plus and minus, when you write in form of product, see here I'm writing in form of product, then you have by 2. Fine. When you write in form of product, you see from addition you are writing in form of product, so you have by 2. Reverse. When you from the product, if you write in form of plus or minus, you will not be having by 2, remember. Okay. Let me see one more question. For example, here question number 2. Now let me write second question. Question number 2. Let's see. Find the value of this. That's a question. Find value of, let's write twice sine 5 pi by 12 into sine pi by 12. Look at, you have product of two trigonometric functions. Now just recall those 4 factor formula. Once you write this, you must realize what is s plus s, 2sc. What is s minus s, 2cs. What is c plus c, 2cc. What is c minus c, minus 2ss. So you have this much, right? You have 2ss, so you required minus sign. So what I'll do in the solution, I'll write like this. Just have a look. Minus twice sine, multiplying with minus sign twice. What I did, multiplying with minus sign twice. Okay. Why I did this? Because I need minus sign. Look at this formula. You have now this formula. What is minus 2ss? It is c minus c. I'll keep minus as that is cosine c. This angle plus this angle. That is this plus this, how much? 6 pi by 12. Minus cosine this angle minus this angle. How much? 4 pi by 12. I repeat, what is minus 2ss? That is c minus c. This plus this, 6 pi by 12. This minus this. Okay, fine. Now this is cos pi by 2. You know cos pi by 2. This is 0. This is cosine, how much? Pi by 3. Okay. Now what is cos pi by 2? You know that it is 0. This is 0. What is cos pi by 3? 1 by 2. So this minus and minus will be plus. So finally you will get here 1 by 2. So this is the value. Let me do one more question just for further clarification. Suppose I have one more question here. Question number 3. Let's see. Twice cosine 5 pi by 12 into cosine 7 pi by 12. Now this is which formula? 2cc. You know c plus c is 2cc. This you know. From product you are writing as the plus or minus, remember. So you have c plus c. So cosine this plus this, that is 5 pi by 12 plus 7 pi by 12. By 2 you will not be having, remember. Again I am emphasizing. Plus cosine this minus this, 5 pi by 12 minus 7 pi by 12. Only this plus this minus this, remember. X plus y, x minus y. Okay. So this is equals to, what is this? 5 pi plus 7 pi, 12 pi by 12. So this is just pi. Plus, what is this? 5 pi minus 7 pi. Minus 2 pi by 12. 12 is the LCM here. You know cos pi is minus 1. What is this? This is cosine pi by 6. Cos is an even function. So that minus sign doesn't play any role, remember. Cos is an even function, you know. Cos is an even function, so this minus sign doesn't play any role. Okay, so this is cos pi by 6. What is cos pi by 6? You know it is root 3 by 2. Okay, so you will get the, if I take LCM, root 3 minus 2 by 2. This is your answer. Okay, fine. Now I will do one more. Let's write this fourth question. Find the value. Same question is same. Find value of let's write 8 cosine 15 degree into cosine 45 degree into cos here into cos 75 degree. Okay, now we want the value of this, so I'll start with this expression. You must have realized here one of them is known value. Which one? Cosine 45 degree, that you know. So we keep this one as it is. This is 1 by root 2 cos 75 degree as it is. So here 8 by root 2 into cosine, let me write 75 degree first and then 15 degree. Does make a difference which you write first. Okay, now this is 4 root 2. This 1 root 2 will get cancelled to cosine 75 into cosine 50. Now this is 2cc formula, so I'll write like this. I'm just rearranging, remember. I'm taking 2 with this. What I did? Out of 4, 2 I kept here and 2 I wrote here. Now this is 2cc. What is 2cc? Just have a look here. 2cc is c plus c. So I'll write c plus c. 2 root 2 as it is. Cosine this plus this, which is 90 degree. Plus cosine this minus this, which is 60 degree. So 2 root 2, cos 90, it is 0. Right? Cos 60, that is 1 by 2. So 2 will goes away, root 2 is the required value. So this is about vector formulas. Next time we'll do further. Thank you.